turning and turning in the widening gyre. The falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood-dimmed tide is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand. The second coming, hardly are those words out, when a vast image out of Spiritus Mundi troubles my sight. Somewhere in the sands of the desert, a shape with lion body and the head of a man, a gaze blank and pitiless as the sun, is moving its slow thighs, while all about it reel shadows of the indignant desert birds. The darkness drops again, but now I know that 20 centuries of stony sleep were vexed to nightmare by a rocking cradle, and what rough beast, its hour come round at last, slouches towards Bethlehem to be born. That is a poem called The Second Coming by William Butler Yeats from 1919. 100 years ago. And to quote something I have quoted before, history may not repeat itself, but its stanzas often rhyme. And it really feels like everything in that poem is what it feels like right now. It feels like we are watching the collapse in real time of everything that we have known, and more poignantly and pointedly, and with a literal body count to match. Now, we don't have the backdrop that Yeats had of the First World War and the so-called Spanish flu, but we do have a set of circumstances that are nigh apocalyptic, if not properly pre-apocalyptic. This episode is going to be a little wrap-up of where we are right now. I'm going to jump around a lot because there's just so much to discuss in these days. We're about a month and a half into a quarantine, social isolation situation here in New York City. So, on a rainy day in Harlem, my name is Logan Grendel, and you have returned to the Focused on Infinity podcast. Let's talk about it.